Good morning, guys. Welcome back in the shop. In my last episode, I was learning how to hand cut dovetails, and I started out by cutting these test pieces, and I did about 6 or 7 of these, and I was getting on to using real hardwood at the end of that video.
Brought to you by Gertie Boots.
I realized through the trial and error of those first 5 or 6 test pieces that I made that I really needed some tool improvements, a couple of minor upgrades. The first one was the marking gauges that I was using. This is a marking gauge with the pin. I was trying to use this for cross grain, and these are really supposed to be used for along the grain. And of course, you don't get a nice clean cut when you use the pins on cross grain. So I went out and bought this beautiful Veritas marking wheel, and this is really an attractive and beautiful piece of equipment and a real joy to use, and it works absolutely flawlessly. So that has made a real improvement on the marking and the ability to create knife walls and defined, clear, crisp shoulder lines. The second item was getting blades for my jeweler's saw. Now, I've owned this jeweler's saw for many years, but I've never used it. It was given to me by someone who had a spare one, and I never really understood the purpose of a jeweler's saw, and as a consequence, it's just sat in a drawer for probably, 15 years or more. And I went out and bought these skip tooth scroll saw blades. They're pinless, so they work with this saw. It just clamps down on the ends. And these saws, these blades are very, very fine. It has a kerf of 038. I think that's about 0.4 of a mil. And that's how I cut out the waste on the tails and the pins.
Brought to you by Gertie Boots.
So this is that little chisel that I just sharpened up. And I'm away from the line. I'm not going all the way through. On this side, I'm going to use a bigger chisel. Cut away half of the material. Go in a bit more. Get a bit closer to the line. So that's gone too far already. Fuck. Just got a couple of corners to tidy up, and I'm just going to chisel them out, and then I'll be able to put the bottom in. So after cutting my pieces down to length, I had some little scraps about this long, and I decided to get practicing on them, and that's where this little thing came from.